The letter that arrived 30 years late. It was a quiet Thursday afternoon when Evelyn Grant opened her mailbox in the small town of Ashford, Vermont. Among the usual bills and catalogs was an envelope yellowed with age, edges worn, and the ink barely legible. It was postmarked 1995. Curious, she took it inside and opened it gently, almost afraid it would crumble. Inside was a handwritten letter addressed not to her, but to her late mother, Margaret Grant. "My dearest Maggie," it began, "I don't know if this will ever reach you, but if it does, I hope you'll forgive me." It was signed Thomas Fielding, a name Evelyn had only heard in whispers growing up. Her mother never spoke about her teenage years, and whenever Evelyn asked about her father, Margaret always dodged the question. As Evelyn read the letter, her hands trembled. Thomas had written about a summer romance in 1964, the heartbreak of being separated by disapproving parents, and how he only found out Margaret was pregnant after he'd enlisted in the Navy. He wrote about searching for her after the war, moving to California, and finally writing this letter in the hope it would bring closure or maybe a reunion. "If you still have the child, tell them I've thought of them every single day." Evelyn sat frozen, heart pounding. All her life she thought her father had abandoned them. Now, 30 years too late, she held proof that he had never even known she existed. She searched online that night, and within hours found an obituary for a Thomas Fielding, passed away in 2019, survived by a wife, 2 daughters, and, unbeknownst to them, a daughter he never met. Evelyn made a decision. A week later, she mailed a letter of her own this time, to California, to her half-sisters. Because sometimes, even a letter that arrives 30 years late can open a door that was always meant to be opened.